Hello, welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to take a look at kind of mini tape measures. This is a 16 footer. I kind of like shorter tape measures. I work with things that are generally 10 feet long, and I found myself carrying larger tape measures and wondering why I was doing that, because I only ever really used part of the tape measure. So let's get this thing out and see how it looks. So it looks like, what voodoo do we have to do to get this thing out? So I want to be careful when I open this, because I can already see this has the style hook that springs easily, so I'm trying not to spring it. Alright, so we got this thing out of here. Now there's a few traps here. This unfortunately has the style hook that gets sprung easily, so I wanted to be very careful opening this because it's easy to damage them. It's like captured. There's a piece here. This bottom piece holds this, and you gotta fight the whole thing out. So if you take one of these out, kind of go at it easy, because you don't want to spring this thing and make it worse than right off the bat. So let's see here. Biggest thing they brag about here is a 13-foot reach out. I don't know. That's all the tape measures fight over, who can stick their tape measure out the longest. On the back, I had to remove this sticker because it was getting in the way. It just says it's compact, lightweight, all that fun stuff. Nothing really spectacular on that. So let's take a look at this. It's a nice small body, and by small I do mean pretty small. This is a very compact tape measure, and it has unfortunately it has this style hook, but it is beefier, I think, than previous models, and it has the brake on it. There's a little button there that acts as a brake. There you go. I was able to operate it. It looks like on the back we have numbers, and we have an architectural scale. Kind of nice. One of the other ones I have actually has conduit calculators on the back of it, which is cool. It says it's 2 5/8 this way, and we can check that. We'll check it with the tape measure that we're going to compare it against, and we're right there, 2 5/8. And what are we this way? Height-wise, we're just about the same. Hold that at an angle that you can see, and we're probably close to 2 3/4, I'd say. Depth wise, right around 2, so that's kind of nice. It has a spot for a lanyard, so if you're working in an area that you have to tether your tools, you can tether this. I try, I don't like leaving them on tools. It doesn't come with the lanyard, but you can put one on it real easy. It does not have a magnet, but it has a hook that'll allow you to reverse hook. So that may or may not be a selling point for you. Some guys like the magnets. I do not like it on everything. I actually like having a tape measure without it, because sometimes the magnet just becomes a fur ball. And has a nice good lock. You can still force it past the lock, but it takes quite a bit of effort. I see inside there, it's quite a bit of plastic holding it together. Okay, so I mean, that's your basic tape measure there. Now let's compare to the 16-foot Milwaukee. And this is your run-of-the-mill cheapy Milwaukee. Now Milwaukee does have a slightly better, I think, wire hook on it. This does not have a magnet also. These are contemporary stripped down tape measures. This does not have any numbers on the back side, and I've really come to rely on that. Sometimes it's easier to get a good mark on something because you can lay it down on it and lay it flat and get your mark. Whereas if you hold it this way, you have that curl of the tape measure. So actually being able to mark things that way is actually become very, it's one of those things, once you have it, you don't want to not have it. That's just one of those things. You can see that Milwaukee is considerably bigger all the way around. The Klein is much smaller, considering what it is. Milwaukee can also have a tether, and we talked about no magnet. Milwaukee does not have a physical brake on it, but it has a finger catch. You can catch that with your finger and slow it down. I don't know if I feel strongly one way or the other, but the brake is also something, once you have it, you kind of don't want to not have it. Although for a long time everybody just stuck their finger in front of the tape measure. I actually like to let the tape measure close on my finger and then on the tape measure, because I'm not as likely to let it fly back and slam in, thus beating up this joint. I think they're a lot more robust now than they used to be, but years ago, older tape measures, do I have an older one here? Yeah, older tape measures are only really used to have 2 rivets, and it was pretty easy to break them. So I just got in the habit of letting them rest against my finger. That way I don't have an issue breaking them. But kind of a quick look here at the new Klein compact tape measure, and I do believe it is compact. We'll see if Milwaukee comes out with a compact one, but the Klein here, super compact, and I really like it. This is super handy. If I'm gonna have a 16-foot tape measure, I don't need something so bulky. I think the width of both of them is about the same. Sure is. They're both the same that way. Both are 3 rivets. Milwaukee's spread out a little bit more, but I think the Klein's, for the money, nicer. We'll see how this holds up. That's going to be the only caveat. I do think this is a slightly better system. It's made in China, so there's that. Both are made in China. Guarantee you the Milwaukee's made in China also. So, oh well. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.